Is my wife's mental health any of my business? My wife is a complicated person. She has been unhappy with her life since she graduated 2.5 years ago, but hasn't made steps to correct it. She says she's still figuring it out. She has been saying the same things for 2.5 years. She wants to pick up some hobbies. She wants to get back into CrossFit. She wants to fix her social anxiety. She wants to fix her sleep schedule. She wants a better social life. She wants to be less depressed. Even lately, she needs new tires because hers are cracked and bald, but she won't go to the shop and get them changed. She's waiting for her dad to do it for her, but she never asks him to do it. She has clearly made other accomplishments which I'm very proud of her for. What concerns me the most is this lack of progress on things that are so important for her mental health, like her sleep schedule and her isolation and depression. She seems to have this kind of throw up my hands and wail kind of attitude. Like maybe she's reveling in the depression. The latest thing was that she hasn't been able to sleep because of noise from the neighbors. She is fully convinced they are being disrespectful, but they're not. They're just talking and the floors are thin. She has been raging about it for days, slamming around the apartment but wouldn't accept responsibility for solving the problem on her own with earplugs or white noise. She just wants to blame the neighbors. When I tried to help her make a list of some solutions on her end because we can't control the neighbors, she told me she feels like she's walking on eggshells around me, not allowed to feel any negative feelings. I don't think that's true, especially recently. I've tried really hard to be a better listener for her, and at the same time, it's hard to hear the constant negativity with nothing being done about it. She wants me to hate the neighbors alongside her, and I just don't, and trying to hurts my heart. I was concerned about her intense reaction to the neighbor's reasonable noise level, so I asked her what else was bothering her to contribute to her dysregulation. She denied anything was wrong, continued blaming the neighbors. I said her behavior has been concerning, plotting to spit in their groceries or get them evicted. She said that was all just a joke. I said I was worried about her because her behavior reminds me of how I felt after I lost my mom, in the darkest moment of my life. She again said she's fine, but later in the conversation admitted that she is depressed as a baseline, immediately following that statement up with, "What problems do I have? I have no problems." I asked her to consider therapy again. The last time I asked was 2 years ago, so she'd have someone to talk to about how she's feeling, and she got very upset, saying she wasn't going to pay money for some random person who doesn't even know her to tell her how to live her life. And that, the more I ask, the more she doesn't want to do it. I'm not sure if my frustration is reasonable. I know some of it is projection. I have had a tough life, and have had to learn how to do everything on my own. When something needs fixing, I damn well fix it, and fix it good. I'm a whole different person than who I was 2.5 years ago, in amazing ways. It's hard for me to see someone who just skated by on the financial help of their parents through school, who now just throws up their hands when something isn't working. It makes me feel resentful, I guess, though I know that's irrational. I also know that because of childhood trauma, I have a tendency to feel others' emotions as my own. So when she's down, I feel down. When she's angry, I feel angry. I have worked really hard in therapy and in my own for the last couple of years to create separation. I can now last 2 to 3 days of her bad moods without feeling too terrible myself. I can listen, empathize, ask questions. But at a certain point I see her just wallowing and I want to help her fix it, which she says is unwanted and unhelpful. I'm not sure that's the case. Most of the change she has enacted over the last 5 years is after I called her out on her shit and either implemented or recommended practical solutions. I feel she can't be trusted to do them on her own. And finally, it's not like her depression affects me physically. She cleans up around the house, takes care of her appearance, helps out with planning, etc. Instead, I feel like her refusal to follow through on things that will support her mental health affects me because she will get down for days or weeks at a time and shut me out. I'll feel really lonely, and then she'll get cranky and lash out at me over something small I did that she let fester, or blame me for how she's feeling in her own life. Do I just need better emotional boundaries so that I'm not getting dragged down when she's in these moods? Or is my request for therapy reasonable because her moods affect my moods, and sometimes the way she talks to me? Help.